Hi to everyone who is watching. Might not be a lot of people. Might be a lot of people. Might be a moderate amount of people. Who knows?
I don't know, but we're here. We're happy to be here. We're happy you're here with us.
Being faithful to this.
Yep.
Continuing to do this. I know that some people have given us positive feedback about these Todd's Tips videos, which is this video right here. So, anyway, this is where Dad gives advice, tips, stuff like that, encouragement about his small business, voiceover related business. And they're the same tips that he gives me, his adult son, who's 2 years into my third year doing voiceover myself. So anyway, give Todd an ear or two.
So this is Todd's Tips, and we've been, for a fair amount of time now, we've been talking about do's and don'ts, my do's and don'ts. We always put these caveats on the screen, so it just hopefully helps you back off just a little bit, not get emotional, not just say, well, Todd does this and he's built a big business, I've got to do this. Or, well, I don't agree with that. Yeah. So just take a look at these caveats, understand that I'm a little bit older, I've been in the business a while, different background, lots of different situations. Your situation might be different than mine, but all I ask is that you just give me an ear and stop and just think about these. And as we always say, you can feedback by leaving a comment or a question in the Facebook, or you can get a hold of Hudson. His email address is
hudsonbarsness@yahoo.com. No spaces, no uppercase letters, no uppercase letters.
So I do believe I know why most VO talent make less than $40,000 a year in voiceover. I do believe that I know why most VO talent make less than $40,000 a year in voiceover. The reason I say that is recently NAVA, the National Association of Voice Actors, released a comprehensive survey of the VO community. 1,264 VO talent responded to their survey. The survey is quite revealing. It has a lot of aspects, and it's very interesting. If you're in this business, maybe even if you're not in this business and you want to find out more about voiceover, there's quite a bit there, and they did a nice job with the survey. I was especially interested in the income part of the survey. Actually, to be all honest with you, I was somewhat shocked. 70.7, so almost 71% of the voiceover talent surveyed make $40,000 or less per year. Almost 71% make $40,000 or less per year. Now that's close to 3/4 of the VO talents that were surveyed. And by the way, like I said during our numbers portion last week, I made mention that while that's unbelievable, I think there are some good reasons why that's going on. So to me, that is unbelievable, but my strong assumption is that many of these VO talents, one, have a professional home studio with high quality audio. I think a lot of them do that are still making $40,000 or less per year. I think a lot of these have gotten lots of training from VO coaches and mentors. I believe that lots of these VO talent that make $40,000 or less per year have been schooled in marketing and customer care, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I believe that a lot of these voiceover talent are very talented, or at the very least, talented enough. They're talented enough to make more money than that. So why? Why is it that almost 3/4 of the VO talent in this survey, and I think it's pretty generally across the board, make $40,000 or less? Well, I don't think it's the aforementioned things, the audio, the training, the marketing, schooling, the talent. I think that it's this, and you've heard me say this before, I think that it's mindset. I think that it's mindset. Mental toughness, patience, persistence, perseverance. All of the things I mentioned earlier must be built upon a proper foundation of a mindset, a mental toughness, or you're going to fail. So you can have great audio. You can have all the latest coaching. People can tell you train, 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 all of these different things. But if you don't have the proper mindset, the long haul mentality, the marathon mentality, the I'm going to do this no matter what, the hunger, the thirst, whatever you want to say, the perseverance, the patience, the persistence, then you're going to fail. Now, I'm writing a book, at least in theory, called, here's my title so far, Before You Open Your Mouth, Get Your Head On Straight. It also answers some questions, and these are just a couple of them. One, why are there so many voiceover coaches out there? You know, if you watch this enough, you know that I call out, I call out all of our voiceover coaches. And I'm not saying all of them are not doing a good job or that they don't care about their people, but why are there so many? Well, first, I wonder if there's not that high of a standard. So in other words, you make $52,000 a year? Well, you're better,
the top
more
30%,
advanced. Yeah.
Top 25%.
So why shouldn't you coach in one sense? And obviously it's much needed. There's so many people that are failing. And so somebody says, well, I can help these people. I made $50,000. I made $100,000. And so right away they go into coaching. Or second, why do people love VO Atlanta? Why do they need it so much? Just glowing reports of VO Atlanta. That's a big conference of like 1,000 people down in Atlanta, just finished up. And there's other VO conferences and meetups between voiceover talent and such. Well, I think people are desperate for anyone and anything that can help them, that can make them feel like, yeah, I'm struggling. I'm only making $15,000, $30,000, $40,000. I'm only able to make that. Can somebody help me? And is that what's happening to you? Is that what's going on with you? And what about this person who's making $150,000 or $300,000? Wow, I get to connect with that person and pick their brain and stuff. So you can see why these things would be the way they are, why there are so many voiceover coaches, why people really look forward to a VO Atlanta, because it's like, I'm lonely. I'm alone with a crazy person. I'm only making X amount of money. And so that's some things that I think about. And so
to give it credit, that's one of the things that we talk about with VO Atlanta. We don't have a whole lot of, I wouldn't say glowing reports, not that we're bashing it or anything like that, but we have a community right here and in our family and stuff like that other people don't have. So we understand that aspect and understand that some people don't have that, and that might be a nice way, a good way to get out, reset your mind, stuff like that. But there are other reasons why we wouldn't think that that's so helpful and stuff like that. So that I just wanted to give credence to that, because that could be helpful to some people
right. And
but for us, we don't need that because we have each other.
Yeah, correct.
And there are other people that I'm sure connect outside of VO Atlanta that still go. But anyway.
Yeah, so that's why I do believe I know why most voiceover talent make $40,000 or a year or less. So those are some things to think about. If you want to check out that survey, we're going to go into more detail about especially direct marketing, direct email marketing, and we're going to do that on our numbers video coming up next.
Yeah, so check out our numbers next. If you don't want to miss content like this, you can hit that bell notification or you can subscribe and hear what's going on with our numbers, with our podcast. If you're interested in that, something lighthearted, that's kind of a community. It's not necessarily voiceover, but we try to have fun, keep things lighthearted. Or you'll get our Todd's tips like this. So anyway, check out our numbers next.